Many of you think kancho is a Japanese game, but you are wrong. お前たち、私のことを忘れたとは言わせないぞ。Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Eats. Today, let's take a look at more Japanese words you guys use all the time. Also, we have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel, please check out the website. Alright everyone, are you ready for full body entertainment? Tycoon. This was an ancient Japanese word to call head honcho. Tai means big. Kun means king. When Shogun was dealing with foreign countries, he changed his title to Tycoon. These days, we don't use Tycoon anymore, but I'm surprised that you guys use Tycoon to describe a successful big businessman. For example, oil tycoon or a real estate tycoon. In America, you even have a game called Prison Tycoon. I wonder what kind of game it is. Kombucha. In America, you call this drink kombucha. I hope I pronounced right, kombucha. But in Japanese, we call it kocha kinoko, means mushroom tea. Why do we call it mushroom tea? Because you guys use the wrong word for this tea. Gotcha! Kombu is a type of seaweed, cha is tea. Kombucha is actually a seaweed tea you can buy in many grocery stores in Japan. It's actually very tasty and flavorful. This kombucha is Mr. Eat's favorite tea. It tastes like a little bit salty, a little bit of sweetness, and full of umami there. And it's perfect for cold days. Japanese seaweed tea, kombucha, is actually popular among elderly people here. But I don't think a lot of young people enjoy Japanese kombucha here. In Japan, drinking kocha kinoko or Western-style kombucha was very popular in 1970 as a way to diet. But these days, I personally have never seen mushroom tea in Japan. So when I heard kombucha was popular in the Western countries among models and celebrities, I was very confused. I wonder why people start calling mushroom tea kombucha. Do you know? Please let me know in the comment below. Next is katana. Katana means sword. When you guys are talking about katana, you guys are talking about this kind of sword. But in Japan, katana just means sword. So in the West, you have long sword, broadsword, so you have many different kinds of sword. And in Japan too, we have many kinds of katanas. For example, uchigatana, wakizashi, and tachi, and so on. Make sure to check our Patreon. Or else, umami. Uma means delicious. Mi means taste. In English, you use umami to describe savory food. For example, cheese or meat. And I'm surprised that you guys don't have the special word to describe umami flavor. Did you know MSG was discovered in Japan? It's pure umami seasoning, and I heard it's a secret special ingredient for special fried rice. But in Japanese, we use the word umami not only for rich savory foods, but also other flavors. This is Mr. Eat's favorite green tea, and the label said this has a rich umami taste. Of course, green tea is not savory, but we use umami to describe something is really flavorful or tasty. We also use umami to describe a rich flavor of orange juice or fruit juice. For example, このジュースにはオレンジの旨味がたっぷり入っています。kancho. I'm surprised many English speakers use the word kancho. And I know that a lot of them think kancho is a Japanese game, but you're wrong. お前たち、私のことを忘れたとは言わせないぞ。It makes me sick. This legendary technique has become a joke. You do kancho to mess around or to flirt. You even do it to abuse animals. All of this is wrong. 官庁に敬意を払うべく、この官庁班長が直々にお前たちに突き刺してやろう。Knowledge. 官庁 Kan means fingers. 庁 means love. なぜこの殺人的威力を持つ感情が愛と呼ばれているのかわかるか？どのようにしてこの感情が生まれたのかを少し話してやろう。時は遡ること1200年前。我が国日本は大層平和な暮らしをしていた。戦争や嫌悪といった争いは一切なく、すべての日本人が平和と愛のみを信じていた。しかし、そこに恐ろしい悪行三昧を働く輩たちが現れ、あっという間に日本を困惑と暗黒の世界へと導いていった。奴らの名前は被爆巨撃隊。奴らは邪悪な力を駆使し、平和を愛する日本人たちを悪の道へと突き落としていった。やがて平和を愛する日本人は戦争を覚え、被爆巨撃隊に憎悪の感情を抱き始めるようになったのだ。年寄りや動物たちでさえその兵器を恐れていた。平和を愛する日本人は邪悪な力を利用し、奴らを打ち負かそうとする。しかし奴らはあまりにも強すぎた。やがて被爆巨撃隊はそれまで日本人が見たこともない恐ろしい殺人兵器を開発したのだ。There was a young monk who saw the destruction and hatred that was taking over his country. He wanted to restore love and peace among the Japanese. So he analyzed the 被爆巨撃隊 and found their weakness. He documented in his manuscript. この攻撃は簡単ではない。溝をまっすぐ進み、そこに2センチの標的がある。それは熱気が噴き出す場所だ。1ミリの狂いもない精密な攻撃によってのみ爆発の連鎖反応を起こし、広範囲の攻撃が可能になる。穴は非常に小さいため、人差し指を使わなければならない。The young monk called this attack Fingers of Love. It was the only way to restore love and peace in Japan. The monk led a small army of Kancho warriors and defeated evil 被爆巨撃隊。お前たち、これで少しは艦長の意味が分かったか？今後は艦長に敬意を払うように解散。3. Many of you know we use san with people's names. And also san, you can use Mr. or Mrs. It's a genderless word. But san is used not only people but also objects and things in Japan. For example, we call Fuji-san, Mount Fuji, companies like Nintendo-san, places like Oise-san, Issei Shrine. We also use san to certain foods. For example, Oimo-san. Oimo is potato, so it's like a Mr. Potato. San is a way to show respect to the person or to even objects. But we don't use san to everything. Ghee. I practice kendo and Mr. Eats wanted to see my uniform. And this is called dogi. You usually see this uniform in martial arts or the most amazing American movie called Karate Kid. So when Mr. Eats wanted to see my dogi, he said, I want to see your ghee. Ghee? I thought ghee is like a type of oil in India? I had no idea what he meant. So it's like you call dress ass. Hey, your ass looks great. Sensei. Sen means earlier, sei means be born. Many of you, this means teacher, right? But in Japan, we use sensei not only to teachers, but also other positions. For example, lawyers, doctors, artists, and even politicians. We even call Google Sensei. As you know, it teaches a lot of things to us. I've only heard sensei used in English in movies. But do you guys call each other sensei if you are teachers in real life? Please let me know in the comment below. Senpai. Some of you may already heard the word senpai in meme. It said, "Notice me, senpai."
Notice me, senpai.
Senpai is usually used to call your senior in school or company. But you cannot call someone senpai just because they're older than you. For example, you cannot call your teacher or supervisor senpai. But if your coworker is in your same position in company, then they are older than you, you can call them senpai. Alright everyone, thank you for watching, always, and I hope to see you in the next video. おきにー